I took a little video in the backyard here the other day, and I realized, or I was reminded, what an advantage size makes in the world of the animal kingdom. This is a little pond that's formed. It's not even a pond, it's just a big puddle from the irrigation system on the golf course behind our place. I believe this small blackbird is called an American dipper. He's just a short-tailed little blackbird, taking a bath. Nobody really bothers him. Now this is Albert's towhee that's come back to get another bath, and the mourning dove comes along. Mourning dove's a little bit smaller, so he doesn't really press the issue. He just kind of stays on the edge and gets him a little sip of water. Doesn't want to mess around with the big fella there. Doesn't stay long. See a lot of mourning doves in the backyard. I never noticed it before, but I guess when the birds are bathing, they flap one wing at a time to get it dried off. I suppose if they did two of them, they might take off. This is another Albert's towhee that has shown up to take advantage of a free bath. I see a lot of these birds, and if somebody knows that this bird is not an Albert's towhee, please send me a note. Now this is a great American grackle, which is nothing more than a very large blackbird, I guess. They make a lot of noise. They're kind of snobbish. You can see his partner there just kind of got his nose up in the air all the time. Not sure what they do that for, but you stick your nose up in the air, I guess you get the pond to yourself. Nobody else wants to fool with her. So she just kind of struts her stuff right there and takes her little drink. I've seen them in bunches walking around with their nose pointed up in the air like that. I'm not sure what all it means. Now these are American dippers from what I could read, and the smaller bird was. The grackle's still there. And now we got a couple Gambel's quail that show up. They'd like to get a little drink of water, and Albert's towhee. The two of them stay on their side of the pond. You can see that they don't want to mess with the big fella there. American grackle's about the biggest bird I see here most of the time, and so he pretty much has his way over any piece of ground that he wants to peck at or take a bath in or get a drink from. These Gambel's quail, we see these in our backyard, and usually see them in anywhere from 2 to 20, just moving along. Now this Albert's towhee appears to be looking for something that maybe the quail left behind. You see they get a little nervous when he starts pecking around there. It's like he's looking for something. Keeps moving the grass, reaching underneath it. Can't find it. Seems like when he gets close to something, the quail start making noise. I thought maybe they were looking for nesting materials, but he never picks anything up. He just does a lot of looking and poking around. No, it's not over here. It's not under the leaf. Well, he never really finds anything, but he just keeps looking there and lifting blades of grass up to see what's under there. Yeah, I think he finally gives up here, and he's going to go ahead and take his bath. I guess when they dry their wing, if they flap both of them at the same time, maybe they would take off. So they only do the one side at a time. Now this is Albert's towhee. He's coming back to get a little drink of water. Not sure it's the same one. You see the grackle shows up there, and well, Albert don't care too much. He's staying far enough away, so he's going to go ahead and get him a little drink here. Everything seems to be fine. The grackle's not bothering him. Uh-oh. Now there's two of them. This guy's more aggressive. He wants the water to himself, so everybody else has to leave, I guess. Like I said, the grackle seems to have the rule of the roost. Nobody can really fool with him. He's the biggest guy in the neighborhood for now. You see Albert comes back, but he keeps his distance there. He kind of stays right on the very edge and gets just a little sip now and then, keeping a close eye on that grackle. Everything's fine till, uh-oh, who's this guy? Now who's the big bird in the pen? Well, the grackles try to run him off there. They try to sneak behind attack, but the duck ain't having no part of that. Mr. Mallard says, no, everybody out of the pool. This is my pool right now. They get poised for another attack, but he kind of flaps his wings there and says, well, I'm king of the pond right now. You guys can all leave. And they all do. And he doesn't really do anything. He just gets himself a couple drinks of water. I guess he just has to establish his authority over things. Once he's satisfied that nobody's going to mess with him, he just decides to move on. And as you might suspect, he's gone. That's it. Everybody back in the pool. Well, this is today's nature lesson, just to prove that size does matter, at least when it comes to this little pond and the birds. Hope you enjoyed it. Just had a little fun here. See you next time.